Hello children, good morning to all. Welcome to Mahatma Gandhi Vidyalaya. This is Gandhimati from Mahatma Gandhi Vidyalaya. Today, I would like to share few lines about honesty. Honesty, it implies being truthful. It means to develop a practice of speaking truth throughout life. A person who practices honesty in his life possesses strong moral character. An honest person shows good behavior, always follows rules and regulations, maintain discipline, speaking truth, and is punctual. So, children, you are also should behave like a honest person. Children, here again I have given a puzzle for you. You have to join all the 9 dots with 4 straight lines without taking pencil off the paper. You cannot go over any line twice. I hope you will make 4 straight lines. Today, operation on larger numbers, part 4 session. In today's session, we are going to discuss about average. Before going to start a new chapter, average, we have to go for a small recapitulation about previous session. Children, can you tell me what we have discussed in previous class? Previous class we have discussed about distributive property of multiplication over addition and subtraction, and the small last identity property also we have discussed. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. A multiplication of whole numbers with addition of 2 whole numbers is equal to addition of multiplication of whole number with 2 other whole numbers, like a cross b plus c is equal to a cross b plus a cross c. What is distributive property of multiplication over addition? A multiplication of whole numbers with the subtraction of 2 other whole numbers is equal to a subtraction of multiplication of 2 other whole numbers, like a cross b minus c is equal to a cross b minus b cross c. Now tell me additive identity proof. 0 is the additive identity, is it? When you add any number with 0, you will get the same answer. What is multiplicative identity? If you multiply any number with 1, you will get the same number. So 1 is the multiplicative identity. So these are all the things we have discussed in previous class. So today we are going to discuss about average. Average. Children, can you tell me this word have you heard before? Where? Can you tell me? Yes. Cricket match. Any other place? Yes, in weather report. Cricket match, where you heard? Like we used to say the batsman average, bowler's average. So last year, Virat Kohli played 10 matches. The average was this. So very good average than the previous year. Like Ishant Sharma bowled, average is 28. So comparatively this year, last year was very good. So we heard in cricket matches. Similarly in weather report. So how they are saying this year was rainfall is good average, like last year was very poor rainfall recorded. Depends the average only. Like they used to calculate the average. Every day rainfall recorded they will maintain. From that they will calculate and they will say the rainfall recorded average was this year is this. So than previous year, it was good. So like that they used to say. So average is a single number which indicates many numbers or quantities. I will tell you one example. I am going to one school. I want to calculate the average of the class height. So what I should do? I have to find out all the height of the each student. Then I have to find out the average using some formulas. So now I am finding 4 feet 6 inches. It doesn't mean each student has the same height. Every student has different height, but if I want to find out the average, it indicates a single number which indicates more quantities or number. So each student height I have to measure. Then from that I should find out the average by adding and then dividing. I will calculate. So average is equal to sum of quantities divided by number of quantities. This is the formula which I should use to calculate the average. So average is a single number which indicates many numbers or quantities. So average we heard in cricket matches as well as in weather report also. You could hear many places, but this is the example I am telling: cricket matches and weather report. See, I will tell you one more example. See, here I am going to find out the average of length of the rope. 3 rope length I have given. First length is 30 centimeter. Second length is 25 centimeter. Third length is 20 centimeter. So for this 3 length of the rope, I want to find out the average using formula. Now I am finding the average is equal to 25 centimeter. Look at that. The greatest measurement is 30 and least measurement is 20 centimeter. Average is 25 centimeter. So what we came to know, average lies between the greatest and least quantity. It does not lies only the greatest quantity, does not lies only the least quantity. It lies between greatest and least quantity. That is your first thing. Second thing, when you calculate the average, you could not calculate two different quantities. Like for example, I want to calculate the height, means I can calculate the average of the height of the particular class. But I could not calculate together height and weight average. That is not possible. So that means average cannot be calculated for two or more different quantities. Third thing, here I found the average is 25 centimeter. It is already in the given set of quantities. But it need not be a same value given in the set of quantities. We know average is a single number which indicates the more numbers or quantity, but it need not be a same value given in the set of quantities. It might be a new value, but here it is in the given set of quantity, so no problem. But every time we need not to expect the same value what given in the set of quantity. It might be a new value also. So we should remember average is equal to sum of the quantities divided by number of quantities. Second thing, average lies between greatest and least quantity. Third point, average cannot be calculated two or more different quantities. And fourth one is average, a given number of quantities need not to be a value given in the set of quantities. So what is average? Average is equal to sum of quantity divided by number of quantity. Can you calculate average more than two different quantities? No. See, here I have given the problem to calculate the average. The price of 5 school bags are 252 rupees, 258 rupees, 376 rupees, 390 rupees and 364 rupees. Find the average of the price of the bags. First step, find out the sum of the prices of all the bags. What we should do, 5 price bags are given. We should find out the sum of all the prices. So we have to add 252 plus 258 plus 376 plus 390 plus 364. So add, what is the answer you got? 1640. Second step, write the number of add-ons. Number of add-ons means number of given price. So 5 price bag is given. So number of add-ons is equal to what? 5. What is your third step? We have to find out the average by dividing sum of all the add-ons divided by number of the add-ons. So it is equal to 1640 divided by 5. It is equal to what? 328. So the average price of the bag is what? 328 rupees. So what is average? It is a single number which indicates more numbers or quantity. While you calculate the problem, what are all the steps you have to find out? I have given there. Recall and then do. Second problem. Rainfall recorded in June, July, August and September was 36 centimeter, 66 centimeter, 60 centimeter and 46 centimeter respectively. Find the average rainfall for the 4 months. We know the formula. What is your first step? Write the formula. Average is equal to sum of the quantities divided by number of the quantities. First step is we have to sum all the given quantities value. So here the quantity is what? Recorded rainfall values. So 36 plus 66 plus 60 plus 46. Add it, you will get 208. Second step, number of months. How many months are there? 4. Average is what? Total rainfall received in 4 months divided by number of months. What is total rainfall received in 4 months? 208. Divided by number of months? 4. Divide the values. What is the quotient here? 52. So what is the average rainfall in 4 months? 52 centimeter. So the average rainfall in 4 months is equal to 52 centimeter. Now another example you can take. Given below in a table showing marks obtained by 5 students in 5 subjects: mathematics, English, Hindi, social studies, general science. The students indicates by alphabets like A, B, C, D, A. A students marks are 87, 63, 68, 63, 79. B students marks are 93, 75, 70, 69, 88. C students 78, 65, 68, 63, 71. D students marks are 84, 67, 71, 69, 74. The last student marks 90, 80, 73, 71, 86. All the students marks given for 5 subjects. What we should do? We should find out the average of each student. What is the average in 5 subjects? That we should find out individually. So we know we can find out the average only one particular quantity, not 2 or more different quantities. So each student average we should find out. Like average of A, average of B, average of C, average of D, average of E. That we should find out individually. Then from that we could compare the average, which average is better, which average is poor. That we could find out by calculating the average. We know what is average. Average is equal to sum of the quantities divided by number of quantities. See the first average of A students. Add all the marks. First 87 plus 63 plus 68 plus 63 plus 79. What is the total? 360. Number of add-ons 5. So 360 divided by 5, 72. Average of A student is 72. B 93 plus 75 plus 70 plus 69 plus 88. What is the total? 395. Number of add-ons 5. So average is 79. B average is 79. Then C, 78 plus 65 plus 68 plus 63 plus 71. What is the total? 345. Number of adherents 5. Divided, you will get 69 as average. D average 84 plus 67 plus 71 plus 69 plus 74. So total 365. Average is 73. E students last. 90 plus 80 plus 73 plus 71 plus 86. Total is 400 divided by number of adherents is 5. So average is 80. Now can you tell me which student average is better? E student average is better because he has got 80. Which student average is poor? C student because he got 69. So by finding the average, we can compare the performance of each student also. So always we should find out the average using the formula like sum of quantities divided by number of quantities. It could not find out more than one quantity, different quantity. And it no need to expect it should be a same value in the given set of quantity. It might be a different quantity value. So all those points we should remember, then we should find out the average. See children, here I have given the assignments related to average. The word problem I have given. 4 word problems I have given from the worksheet. Read the problem well. You have to find out the average using the formula. The formula is 1. Average is equal to what? Sum of the quantity divided by number of the quantity. So you have to find out sum of each value and then number of adherents divided, you will get the average. Read the problem well. See, with that average topic, the second chapter has got over. So can we go for recapitulation about this chapter? Yes. In operation on large number, what are all the topics we have discussed? We have discussed about operation on addition, subtraction, division, multiplication and identity. And also we discussed about each properties of addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. The last one we have discussed about average. Average, we know it is a single number which indicates more quantities or number. While we calculate the average, we should remember 3 points. The average need not to be a same value given in the set of quantities. The second point, we cannot calculate the average 2 or more different quantities. The third point, what we should remember? Average is equal to sum of quantity divided by number of quantities. Average lies between greatest and least quantities. It need not be only a least quantity or only a greatest quantity. It lies between greatest and least quantity. These are all the important points we should remember while we calculate the average. With that, we will wind up the session. From next session, we will start the new chapter. I hope you understand what is average. You understand the problem, how to solve the average, how to calculate the average using the given problem, and what are the points we should remember while we calculate the average. I hope you all understand this. This is new, I think, but once you read it well, you can understand. Stay at home. Be safe. Thank you.